Okay, I just had like a fucking epiphany moment that I gotta share with you real quick for the folks. He's talking about astrology and astrocartography. So if you know, you know. This is your fair warning if you don't, or if you are not intrigued, to get the hell off the video. Okay, all right, let's go. Okay, I don't know what the Uranus is doing its thing, whatever. Anyway, this is called the geodetic map. Okay, and everywhere in the world essentially has an energetic signature of a certain astrology sign, right? So I'll show you an example. So where we at right now is over like right here in Indonesia, right? This line has this Leo's influence. You see that? So essentially, people from this place will have characteristics of Leos, at least in regards to a energetic imprint of how they may come off in general, right? Which Leo represents the ego, the identity shining, right? You know what I'm saying? Also, how you can get success from you being your full self and things of that nature. That would explain one, why people here are so beautiful. Oh my God. But also, another aspect of it explains why people here can also sometimes be egotistical as hell and act like grown babies. But it depends. It's a spectrum. So I say all that to say, this is my astrocartography chart now. And how that ties into it, hold on. Now this is my chart. You can do the same thing with your chart. This is on astro.com. If you want to search up astrocartography. And what it does is it takes your astrology chart and puts it on the whole world so you can see how people from different places are more likely to treat you, for one, and then how you are likely to act of aspects of yourself that can be more activated. You know how like some people will say, oh, you know, what happens in Vegas, stay in Vegas type of thing. It's kind of like that quote. It's like certain different places have different ways of just styles of living, right? Just generally speaking, but this is tying to this. So anyways, I got a download, AKA an intuitive insight. And so this is my line right here. And like I said, we're in Indonesia. But my MC is in Aquarius, right? I'm assuming that my MC is in Leo and my sun line is Aquarius because I'm Aquarius stellium, right? The sister sign to Leo. But I had to think about it. Well, wait a minute. I have my sun line in Zenith. Zenith means this is the strongest energy imprint that you can have entire world. So for example, if you wanted to go find love, right? I'm not saying, of course, it's way more nuanced than this. I'm just giving you a quick maths version to be way more like simple and understanding. Let's say you went to a Venus line and you have a benefic, meaning a beneficial aspect to your Venus placement. Then let's say you wanted to go find love, you would go maybe with that scenario to a Venus line, and then people would, you know, relationships would be easier, you being able to get money easier, pampering yourself, things like that, right? So since I have my sun line here, which the sun is ruled by Leo, okay, here I've noticed, first of all, Leo also talks about like illuminating things, like showing you parts about yourself as well too, through like mirrors of different people, right? Through every interaction. Well, it occurred to me, since my sun line is here, and then hold on, if the geodetic map right on the same place has Leo, that means I'm not only just dealing with, of course, our ego and identity and like, you know, getting better from that standpoint of like self-examining, thinking about preconceived notions, biases, things of that nature, and see if that's actually who I am as an individual, right? But the people of this area naturally act in this Leo type of sense of a way. And then it gets nuanced because you see these other little lines. Those are like other aspects that can also apply. So showing you here, I had to pull up another line so you can see. But we're around like, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's like right here, Scorpio. You see Scorpio's line? It comes up also through here. So this essentially kind of explains to like, because Scorpio is ruled by Mars, which is more fire, okay? But Scorpio is a water sign, so it's kind of like I say this funny quote of Scorpios are emotional Leos, right? But essentially, that means where I'm at now, not only because I'm a Scorpio rising, on top of that. So we've been dealing with, of course, like things within ourselves that we've been recognizing and like doing shadow work on, aka getting rid of false premises and ideals of who I thought I am, versus like me recognizing, okay, who am I actually, by actually asking myself these questions. This place has people that are usually, because also Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, meaning the underworld, meaning deep, that shadowy stuff of people trying and slide shit. Now it makes a lot more sense why, like, at least in my experience here, this time around I've been way more like cognizant of these energies, because I went to this line specifically, not like here, but I went here twice, and I was in China around here twice, or once, excuse me. So I've been on my sun line 3 times specifically, so I can tell you confidently what people and myself act like on these lines. I am way more easy to be seen and recognized and noticed here, but I'm also noticed that sometimes we could be quick or more quicker to react if the situation calls for it, if I don't ground myself emotionally, which also talks about the Scorpio, right? But I noticed that in other people, but like to an extreme degree. Oh my God. It's individuals that I've noticed that, like, first I have to check myself, of course, because sometimes, right, we can check us, but if we check ourselves and we've done the necessary work, I've noticed some people here act hella egotistical. Oh my God, bro. Beautiful too now. But also, like I said, that of the latter. And then the Scorpio aspect, talking about, like I say, people being hella emotional. I've dealt with a lot of those situations as well too, of people wanting to essentially trauma dump. Yeah. But not just only that, right? Then we're also talking about, like I said, because we having I don't know if you can see, it's Scorpio ascendant. So this means like you getting better in that sense. So like maybe like getting better and you also regulating your emotions and recognize your emotional state, which that has also happened, like especially today, right? With what I'm doing right now. And then here, like I say, of this sun line, hold on, go back to the other. It is a Leo, I believe it's an MC line. So like, you know, career, like shining. That's why also it's a lot of like money opportunities in Bali. Now that also makes sense why that is. But it also makes sense why, which I've noticed as well, having to file 3 police reports. Well, my bad, about to be 4. Yeah. There's people here that they just do whatever the fuck and think the rules just don't apply to them, which is talking about the energy of what I talked about earlier, right? So it's just to say that, like, wherever you go in the world, you will have the energy of the collective that may be there, but you'll also have the energy of how you will be, like demonstrated in this chart here. And honestly, then they get nuanced and shit too. That's a whole nother video. I'm not even getting into that today, but it can get nuanced too, because just because you see these 2 lines, it doesn't mean that this is what it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, because Aquarius is ruled by Saturn and Uranus, which is my other line right here, right? Uranus also technology and shit. So this line to me has been like, I've moved like 3 different times, 4 times, like since I've been here in 1 month. So that's the Uranus and the technology issues, Uranus, but also with the sun line of the egotisticality and all that shit, like I told y'all about, and then even recognizing some of that within ourselves and then checking ourselves as well too. But we've also noticed, like I say, of how it's some beautiful ass fucking people here, and a lot of different like investment opportunities as well too. So it's like, it's very nuanced. You know what I'm saying? It's interesting. It's interesting. If you into this type of work, it's pretty fun. So if this interests you, comment below your experience with astrocartography and trying it firsthand. I'm not talking about you just looking at charts all day, because one thing I've also noticed is beforehand, before I tried this shit, I've already traveled a little bit to be able to have some reference. But if you have not traveled and you do the chart, I personally feel like you won't be able to get the full synopsis. Like, you won't get the full like somatic, oh, I know what this really means, because you haven't went there to really see what the fuck it means before. You know what I'm saying? I know some people have more luxury than others, but it just kind of depends. So anyways, finish now, I like to say. Comment your experiences below. Let me know how it is, and I'll be lovely to hear that. Have a great, fantastic rest of your day, and may God or whoever the hell you subscribe to be with you and bless you. Bye-bye. About to go watch Spider-Man. Haha.